Hi, I'm Ralph Croman and I'm your Vice President. Tonight, I'm filling in for our President, Jocelyn Ubaldino, who is unavailable. I'm presenting today's opening remarks, which unfortunately are sad. We learned last night that Michael Brown, a member of our club, passed away on September 16th at the age of 74. Michael was not only a very active member of our club, but also a volunteer. Among other things, he supported competitions during the challenging pandemic years. Michael's wife, Aileen Brown, sent us an email yesterday to inform us of Michael's passing. His obituary appears on the website for Scott Funeral Home in Mississauga. I will now read to you some paragraphs from the obituary. In his professional life, Michael was a successful businessman, known for his unwavering dedication and commitment. However, it was his passion for photography and gardening that truly captured his heart. His photographs captured the beauty of life, and his garden was a testament to his nurturing spirit. One of Michael's greatest joys was spending weekends at the family cottage, where he enjoyed boating, basking in the beauty of nature, and creating lasting memories with his loved ones. His laughter and warm presence brought light to every gathering. Michael was a kind, hardworking, dedicated, compassionate, and incredibly empathetic man. He had an uncanny ability to connect with others and make them feel valued. He was always there with a listening ear, a comforting word, or a helping hand. Nothing was more important to him than family, and his love for them knew no bounds. In lieu of flowers, the family kindly requests that donations be made to a charity of their choice, as Michael believed in supporting causes that held personal meaning to each individual. When Eileen wrote to us by email yesterday, she emphasized Michael's love of photography and our club. And I quote, "Michael loved belonging to this club. He was so passionate about photography. His camera went everywhere with him. Just the week before he passed away, he was in the garden taking photos of dying flowers. And I said to him that was depressing. But then he said, beauty even in dead flowers. And you know, the photos were beautiful. I'm going to cherish his last photos." Even on Monday, September 11th, he had a treatment, but he was concerned about being home in time for his camera club meeting. We sent our condolences to Eileen and her family today on behalf of the club. Eileen provided us with her email address if anyone wishes to reach out to her by email. If you would like to email Eileen, please send an email to info@etobicocameraclub.org. I would also like to introduce a new member, Mark Amy, who is attending for the first time, and he just joined, I think, over the last day or two. So welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
I will now pass the floor over to Carmina Mariska, who is a director and in charge of programs.
Thank you, Ralph. That was very beautiful. I was almost crying. Wow. So I'm not going to take much time. I'm just going to tell everybody the agenda for today. So we have an opening presentation from Sam Elogio, who is our outings leader. And then after that, after him, there will be presentations from members, one from Gina, one from Tammy, mostly on outings, but Tammy's presentation is unique. But I love that because members are encouraged to present what kind of photography they like, okay? We will talk a little bit about the digital diner. And then after the break, we will have a couple more presentations by Leanne and Penny on outings. And then a presentation by Alex on the Ontario Council of Camera Clubs. So Sam, take it over, please.
Okay, thank you, Carmina. So first off, I just want to make an announcement that our next outing is on October the 15th. It's a Sunday. It's in Kitchener. It's with with the Kitchener Central Railway. We'll be going for a little train ride, hanging around St. Jacobs, having an opportunity to check out the workshop at the railway itself. And then during the train ride itself, we'll be admiring the fall colors and hopefully have some great photos as a result. What I did is I pulled together a 9-minute presentation to showcase various images from the outings over the last year, just to give everyone an opportunity to see the great work from the various people that contributed to this. So we're showcasing images of the outings from our members, and to them I extend a huge thank you, because I could not have pulled this together without your support. So we'll do the 9-minute presentation, and then I will talk about my favorite 5 images from the outings over the last year, and then I'll pass the torch on to the next speaker. So here we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. And we look forward to you joining us at our next outings. As you can see, there's an opportunity to take some fabulous photos. And then we typically go for coffee or lunch or something if time allows. So please feel free to come on out. So Carmina, do you want me to now move into my 5 photos?
Of course, no, you're in
Okay.
charge.
All right.
It was a wonderful presentation, by the way, Sam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. It was fun. It was a bit of an adventure because I'd never used the software before. I'm just trying to find, oh, here it is. Can everyone see the first image?
Yes.
Okay. So this was taken on one of our outings, and it's the statue sitting out front of Union Station. I've always admired it. I always thought it was a neat statue, but whenever I take an image of it, it's cluttered. There's always junk behind it. So I decided to try and get creative with this one, and I took a long exposure cloud scene and removed all the clutter and just kept the statue itself, and then turned it into a black and white image, and this is what you have. I just thought it was something different to do. My next image. This was taken at the Canadian Raptor Conservancy. I have no idea what kind of bird. Somebody else can probably tell you, but I'm not up on my birds. It's a hawk of some sort, I'm guessing. And what was happening here was really neat. The person who manages the birds was, this bird had done his exhibition of flying from one perch to another. And at this point, what the gentleman was doing was just tossing food way up in the air, and the bird was hovering and then flying down, swooping down to catch the food midair. And this just happens to be the shot of that I was fortunate enough to get. Harder than it looks, simply because the bird is moving so quickly, and when you're zoomed in, you lose sight of the bird in a flash. So needless to say, I deleted more than I kept in that particular case. The next image, on another trip downtown Toronto, a number of us were sitting at the light. It had turned, and John Markle had walked to the other side of the intersection and just stopped and decided he was going to take a picture of whatever. I'm not sure what he's exactly shooting. I think it's the no, I have no idea what it is. Anyway, but when he stopped, he was in amongst all this fog. I couldn't believe my luck. So I just quickly shot the image. It's not perfect. It's a 2-second exposure. So there was somebody behind John walking, and they were a bit of a blur. I could either try and clean that up or crop it. Oh, Roy Thompson Hall, that's where we are. Anyway, I just like the look of the image in the mist. It looks a little spooky. The next image is an iPhone image. Our outing to Niagara Falls. We were up on the, what's the name? The Skylon Tower. And I couldn't quite, I could have, I suppose, used my real camera for this, but it was just much easier to take out my iPhone and create a panoramic image. And I was shocked at how wonderful it turned out from an iPhone. And the fact that I could create this nice wide image just really surprised me. And I was really pleased with my old iPhone. So, and the next image is from an evening outing that we had at Canada's Wonderland. And in this particular image, what I did, nothing is moving, although it certainly appears it is. What I did is I focused on the rail from the amusement ride. And then as I shot the image, I simply just moved my I zoomed the focus ring out, and it gave the appearance that the actual rail or the track was moving away. But as I said, the only thing moving was the dial on my focusing ring. And that's it. Any questions for me? No?
How long was your exposure on the last picture? The one in Canada Wonderland? This one, yes.
You know what? I have no idea. I'm guessing. See, the thing is, I use an Olympic camera, and it has a feature called lifetime. So you can actually, it takes the image and then only introduces new light as the lens sees it. So I could have it sitting there for 20 minutes and it's not going to make any difference. And that's probably what I was using. So time is of no consequence for me on my camera.
This one make me pause. So it's a great picture.
Like thank you. Thank you. All right, back to you, Carmina.
That's great. So
I will stop share.
Unless anybody can also ask questions. This is a kind of more relaxed type of meeting. So if you have a question, ask it. Don't worry. The next, we have presenters from the club who are going to talk, or we're going to show and talk about their own photos, their own favorite photos from outings, or in the case of one, Tammy, totally different. So Gina, can you share your screen? Can you come in?
Yes. Anyway, after listen to Sam, I don't know if I prepare right, but anyway, this is outing in our club. This program is great. You live in Toronto, you never know what you missed. You never been there, and this outing made me know a lot of a great place in the city, in our surroundings, And the most always, I know a lot of great people in our club. I learned so much from others, and every outing, I'm looking forward to share the pictures, so then I can see other people's view, and 100% people come back from the same outing, always come back with different images. That's always amazes me. So I learned so much. So today I will share some of my pictures, and I will share my screen right here. Okay, this is the, believe it or not, is in the 2021. Sam lead us to the early morning to this the museum, and this museum, the name is Aga Khan. Oh, I don't know the English. Anyway, this museum for me is just the beautiful buildings, a beautiful compound, but in the museum itself, there's not too much to look at. But that's my own opinion, so don't judge me. Anyway, so when I see this one, I saw because of the early morning, so the sun was very low, and the shadow, the very struck on me. I said, you know what, this is the statue with this the contrast with that shadow was really, really good for black and white. And so I made sure this statue is separate with that the background. So they, you always make sure you're separate. So basically, this okay, let me just say, this is when I shooting that, and we all know 50% is what you're shooting, and 50% is how you processing it, editing it. So this is not a secret. So anyway, I just show roughly how I processing it. I think if people are tired of me, just let me know, then I stop. So when I was shooting the picture, any picture with the light, with the building, with the tree, I always make sure the distortion have to take care. That's the first. So basically, I will go to the transform in the Facebook, and then I will do the auto. So see, that's right away. It's good enough. Then, and I made this anyway, I don't know. Anyway, people may be tired of me, but anyway, I finished this one. I can go. Anyway, so you editing with this gram, this Instagram here, you accordingly, I said, hey, I need a little bit of this way, and I need a little bit contrast, and then I change it to the black and the white.
This is good, Gina.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I just realized, you know, a lot of picture you need a lot of editing, very important. But because and then the contrast with this, I will do a little bit more. So basically, that's this. Anyway, oh, by the way, with this price, with this picture, if everybody see this one is the early sun reflection, and with sun, whenever I have a sun reflection, I make sure my aperture get very small, for like 16 up. This way we get a sunburst. So this one is not a very good example, but whenever I have a sun reflection, I make sure I get my aperture very small to see if there are any the sunburst, I will catch it. So that's this picture, and then I will show another picture. Is this one? This one is Sam showed us. We were in that the evening, walking around in the city, and he captured that the steam with persons really nice, has a mood. But this one I was saying, hey, this is a very the landmark, the CN Tower, the Simpson Hall, and I think, hey, that's under the street. So I said, hey, this is really like a Toronto city night. And of course, when I shooting the picture was like this, with, and then you can see a lot of distortion, and the same thing, and then you changing it, and it's not good enough. Usually the auto not good enough, so then you have to using something around here to get changing it, and then you correct it. The way, see, I like this light, make sure I leave it there, and then this way, and then the shadow up a little bit, and give because the raw, you need boost the vibrance and saturation, and then you up with this contrast. And the last one is I just recently I really started with the mood. This picture, I need some mood around there. So basically I will make a little bit bigger. I will make sure and people looking the place I want them looking. So I tie darker. So this way, then people can looking in the middle. So anyway, I thinking that's my contributing to this presentation. So I would say go after shooting with your core comrades and pay attention on the processing, and then you will get the good picture and have a good time. It's just nothing can be better.
Oh,
Okay,
Gina,
thank you.
That's wonderful, Gina. I loved
you.
it. Okay, I loved it.
Thank you.
So anybody have any questions for Gina?
I just want to make a comment. Gina, you did a wonderful job. Thank you. And you did a great infomercial for our session on Thursday night where we're going to be discussing some Lightroom tricks. So that was a wonderful segue for us.
And you're
Thank
right,
you.
Gina. It's
Thank you.
50% the picture and 50% processing, you know.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, I do believe so.
Yeah, I
Really
believe
like
that too.
the before and after. I thought it was great too, Gina,
Thank
particularly
you.
for people who are watching who might have never used an editing program. And it's just, I remember the first time I saw one, I was just, oh my goodness, you know, you can.
Yes, yes, I remember that. When
Yeah.
the people doing that, I said, "What's the magic?"
Yeah,
That's right. Just open your eyes.
yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody.
Hey, Gina, good
Yeah.
question. The picture you took of the sculpture at the Aga Khan Museum,
Yeah.
I mean, I really like that. When you took the picture, did you kind of have in your mind already what you ended up with after editing it? Or was it just kind of
No,
something and you
no.
discovered it while you were editing?
I realized I heard so many presentations the speakers, the guys, the speaker, they say you have your mind, what's the kind of picture, you go for it. And remember, this is a 20 okay, which year? 2021, 2 years ago. Right now I have a more clear mind what I want, but 2021, no way. I have no clue what I see. And the editing, maybe 1 year later, I change it to black and white. It's developing with your eye developing and you developing your taste and your what you want. At that time, I have no clue, but I definitely at that time I already know the less is more. I don't want too many things in my picture. So basically that, but the contrast with that shadow, I know, but I really didn't realize I will put up this way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Tammy, are you ready for sharing?
I am ready for sharing. Guys, I'm a little bit nervous because I rarely show my work. So give me feedback, but be gentle.
Tammy, this is for fun, okay? And now
Yeah.
for something different. So let's go for it.
Perfect. So what I'm showing today is an opportunity that came up through Facebook that Teresa had posted. I can't remember what they're called now, but down by Lakeshore at the campus that's there, there's a dance company or a dance group, and they were looking for a photographer to come shoot an open rehearsal that they were doing on this Sunday. As it turned out, they hired a professional to do the actual open rehearsal, but they opened it up for us to go on the Friday before the open rehearsal to just go and take some pictures. And if the pictures came out, then we could give it to the artists or whatnot. And in my communication with the person, they said, well, if any of them, like if there's some good shots, could you send them to us like the day of after shooting, and they would use them for promotion for their open rehearsal on their social media, like on this Sunday. So that ended up happening. So I went and I shot for 2 different groups. So Rakeem Hardy is the first person. He's a contemporary dancer. And both the groups were there on it's kind of like a scholarship. So they were there. It was like a scholarship for them to be there and workshop and develop a new piece that they could then use in performances in other places. So Rakim is a contemporary dancer, and I shot everything with the lens of storytelling, the process of creating a piece, and through my conversations with Rakim and just kind of like observing him for a little while, I got to see like really his movement, and I tried to capture all his types of movement, but also like him workshopping and creating and jotting down notes. So this is one of the first pictures. So I was trying to get like some very dancer movement type stuff, some traditional stuff, but also like you'll see some unique stuff that was unique to him. So this picture and also this picture, they used in their social media to promote the open rehearsal on the Sunday. And this is part of his process, is like documenting ideas and journaling, and also like playing around with his music. And so this is my next picture. I was really trying hard to like capture movement through what I was shooting. And the space was beautiful. You can see like all the windows, but the lighting wasn't always that great. And when you're shooting a person of color, in terms of like, you really want to make sure you capture the right lighting and that you're editing in a way that is flattering and that you're not changing tone and pigment and all of that. So I was trying to be mindful of that when I was editing as well. I showed him some of the pictures. This was one of his favorites. We really liked the light on that. He played a lot with his hands and movement in on the floor. This was also another one of his favorites. And he was a very emotive dancer, so I really wanted to capture the emotions that I was seeing throughout. So that is Rakim. Now, the second group of performers, so Tavir Alam was the actual artist who had the scholarship, or the residency, I guess I think it's actually called. And he was doing a residency, but creating a piece where there were other 5 female dancers that were actually performing. So he wasn't actually dancing, but he was coaching and creating and providing technique. So the pictures that I selected for tonight was just to kind of show that story. And the type of dancing is called Katak dancing. And they performed this piece this weekend at a Common Ground dance festival that was happening in North York. So with this, I really tried to capture some of the details as well. And I'm not really great at like editing in terms of selecting which pictures. Part of me never knows, should I show the small details or the whole picture or what? So sometimes I have a hard time selecting which pictures. So with this, I just tried to show all the components that I felt were unique, because I'd never really seen Katak dancing before. So they all put these on their feet. You can see here they have them all, and they start their practice by doing these drills for like 20 minutes, and it's like really hard work. And they're like moving their feet and stomping their feet and really getting synchronized. And they hold their hands up like this the whole entire drill. It's very regimented. Here's a picture of Tanvir coaching and modeling the right foot placement. And then we have a formation. This is the other picture that they used in their promotion. Their piece was, and I found this really interesting because I was trying to see it as they were building the piece. But their piece was about the architecture and the change of architecture in India. And I was really interested in, well, how are you going to show that? And it was really all about the shapes and the movement that they were doing throughout the dance. Now, when when I went, they were at the very start and of their creation, and so their lines weren't as clean, and so you couldn't see as much of the shape. So I really wish I would have gone this weekend to see the final piece. But this is one of the shapes that came together. And then I really found some nice dance movements and poses through some of the artists. So this is one of them. And then this is my final piece. And I tried to get like some pictures of all the dancers so that I could provide them with some individual pictures after. And that is it.
Wow, that's beautiful, Tammy. Thank you. I really like the movement that shows, you know, the story and the movement is beautiful. So does anybody, sorry, have any questions? I'm sorry.
I
Sorry.
think you've got several great ones there for the music theme, since dancing is
Yeah.
being allowed.
Mhm.
Especially that one with the women and the one in the pink with their hand moving.
Thank
You
you.
should not hesitate to be sharing your work.
Thank
Tanya, did you take this picture? The dancers were in static pose, or they really danced? So,
They were really dancing, yeah.
so
So-
I am
so-
asking because what kind of lighting you had? It was natural light, or it was some artificial light?
No, it was all natural lighting, and the group that I shot in the evening, so the group, not the single man, at some point I had to ask for the lights to be turned on in the venue because it was like now getting into nighttime. And then the natural light that was coming in through those lights, those three big windows, they were on each side of the room. But then the sun became really, really harsh. And so it was like in their face. So we had to close part of it. So lighting was a bit tricky. I felt like I always had to, like I basically circled around the room, on the stage, in the stairs, on that side, trying to like understand where they were going to be in relation to the light, and sometimes just sitting in the pocket of light and waiting for them to like face
Right.
me in the right lighting.
But in this room, it probably was very low light, and I'm wondering what kind of shutter speed did you use, probably
Ooh,
to
that's
get
a
the
good
movement.
question. I don't remember. I think I tried to stay above 600 because I knew it was going to get a lot of movement. I did bump up my ISO a lot.
Mhm.
But some of the lighting pockets were like pretty good. So I don't know if you can see, but I feel like some of my pictures are a bit grainy. But you know, I'd rather capture the emotion and the movement over not.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's very nice images.
thank you.
Beautiful, Tammy, beautiful. Thank you for presenting, and you encourage, I think, other members to do the same, you know. It was gorgeous opportunity. Wow.
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you to Teresa for posting it on Facebook. And I think a couple of other people were interested and just couldn't make the date, the alternate date that he gave. But it turned out to be a lot of hours because then I went home and edited, and I came home with too many pictures, of course. So lesson learned. So thank you. Thank you for listening.
Oh, thanks, Tammy. So we're a bit ahead of schedule. I was hoping that Mary Chamberlain would have, but you know, she was off, so she warned me that she might not be here. I guess you noticed that the club offers many activities. You know, the outings is one, but the other activity that the club offers is a digital diner, which is it's different than there's you know, there's no competition judging if it were, you just have this friendly chats. So the digital diner is held by Mary Chamberlain, and who, by the way, she also works with me on programs, and she has managed to get these wonderful speakers, the guest speakers. Some of them were wonderful, and she did that. So the digital diner is actually the first one is coming up soon. I think that it's coming up on October 4th at 7, which is a Wednesday. And you submit images on the particular theme that Mary has chosen. The next one, I think, is water. And then you just sort of chat with each other about it, like people give you some friendly kind of like pointers or tips, or tell you what they like about it. So the like I said, the digital diner, the theme is water. I know that there was an email sent to everybody on this issue. The guidelines are in the email that was sent, and then you can, I know that Mary is back today, so you can also just contact Mary after today to ask her any question. So we are ahead of schedule a little bit, 9 minutes. So Brian or Ralph, would you like to have the break now, or?
Yes, I can play the break video now if you want.
Yeah, let's do that since it's timely, and we don't have any, this is more casual meeting without strict timelines.
Exactly.
So I suggest let's have our break, and Brian, if you can roll the video, that'd be awesome.
Okay, I'll get it queued up.
Thank you. So everybody has a 10-minute break, and we'll get back and you see some more gorgeous images that, from our own members. The second part, after the break, we have two presentations from members on outings, really beautiful presentations, and a presentation by Alex Korniakov on Ontario Council of Camera Clubs, which I think everybody should listen to. So, Leanne, are you ready to go? Leanne?
Sure. I think Penny was up first, wasn't she? I'm fine to go, but I just don't want to deviate.
I have, it doesn't matter to me either, but I
Okay,
have,
good. We're good then. Let's go. I
okay.
just need to share my screen. So one moment. So I don't know if I lost the plot because I'm doing it a little bit different than Tammy, Sam, and Gina, but I assist Sam with the outings. So I'm going to do a bit of a plug for the outings committee. So firstly, why do I have attended most of the outings if I'm able to? I'm a social being and I really like that aspect of it. I don't think I actually take my best pictures when I'm at the outings because I'm so busy chatting away. But anyways, I always learn something new. And it's not just about while we're there, it could be in the car driving there. I'm always learning about a new piece of equipment or doodad or something about Lightroom. It's kind of challenging sometimes being out with Sam because whatever I learn, it usually costs me extra money. The one thing I really like is it takes me out of my comfort zone. My thing is sunrises and landscape. And when we had the Tough Mudder a few weeks ago, it was not my favorite thing to start with. And when Sam suggested it, I kind of grudgingly went along. But I have to say, I really enjoyed it. It totally different than what I'm used to doing. It was more sports photography. You had to move very quickly and pivot, and just like wildlife, I zoom in too much. But it really does make me learn going to these outings and get out of my comfort zone. And then the one thing that I don't think we sell enough is the exclusiveness of some of the outings. When we went to Task Tulip Farm for the last 2 years, if you had have tried to do that on your own, the sunset outings, I think they were about $25 to book a session. And because we went as a club, Sam was able to organize a special rate for us. And geez, I think it was only about $25 this last year. And the upcoming train outing that Paul and Sam are working on is a great example of that. This is an exclusive thing that because of Paul's connections and his volunteerism that we're able to go to this outing. And I think there's a few others that we've done. Oh, and also the Canadian Raptor Conservancy. Again, it's more expensive if you try to do that on your own. So there are more benefits. And I love night photography. I don't do a ton of it because I don't always feel so safe going out in the city by myself. So we've had some great outings downtown and safety in numbers. So I didn't get into the details of my photos, and I had given Sam a lot for the presentation earlier. So I'm just going to share a couple that I had done. And why am I not able to? Oh, there we go. So these are a few from the Raptors Conservancy. The one on the left, I had some fun in camera with a double exposure after. And then this was the Eagle Landing. And then this was our most recent outing. I just edited some of these yesterday to Tough Mudder, which I said was, you know, I begrudgingly went and really enjoyed it. These people who do this are absolutely cuckoo. Really gave you an opportunity to be right in the middle of the action and grab their facial expressions. And I think I ended up taking over 2,000 photos. So it was really a cool experience to do. We had lots of laughs while we were there too. So, and that's it for my spiel, Carmina. I hope that's what you kind of had in mind.
This is what I had in mind, and everybody is free to do, you know, whatever they want. And I didn't give many instructions, but I just wanted the members to feel free to just create. Thank you, Leanne. That Tough Mudders. I did tell I did tell you guys that my daughter did the Tough Mudders, and I don't know how she did it, but
kudos to her.
Yeah, oh my God, youth, and that's what happens.
Oh, craziness, I think.
Yes. So anybody any questions for Leanne or
I don't have any questions for Leanne. I just want to thank her because she has helped Sam out for how many years now, Leanne? Have you been doing it?
Oh, just a couple, but Sam honestly does all the work. He spends so much time on this.
I know a couple of people who said that, you know, you made them feel so comfortable at the group, and I think they joined as a result of that. So I think what you're doing is just so important. You said sometimes you don't get a chance to take many photos yourself because you're busy chatting with people, but that's a really important part of it.
Oh, I take plenty. I just don't concentrate, so they're not like that.
Right. Well, you did take plenty. 2,000, you said?
Yeah, this day I did.
Okay,
Well,
there's a winter's work for you.
Now, how do I stop sharing here? Oh,
Thanks.
there we go. Oh, there we go. Did that work?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So Penny, are you ready with your presentation?
I am indeed.
There we go.
There we are. So, pictures that I took on outings. First of all, like Leanne, I'm going to say a lot of the same things here. Why go to outings? Outings are a great way to meet other club members in a social context, have some fun, force yourself to get out and go shooting, because you don't necessarily take the time to grab your camera and go out shooting unless you have a reason to do so. And it does improve your photography by giving you the opportunity to try something you haven't done before, or do some more work on something that you're trying to do better at. So my photos are from the outing to the Canadian Raptor Conservancy that we did in April. And we're doing this outing again this year. So for those of you who don't know a lot about the Canadian Raptor Conservancy, it seems to do three things: rehabilitating sick or injured raptors or birds of prey that can be reintroduced to the wild. And of course, those guys we never see. They're restricting human contact with them because the ultimate plan is to release them to the wild. But they also care for and breed the sick or injured raptors that come into their care that can't be reintroduced to the wild. And they train some of the birds to fly from one location to another. Or as Sam was saying, that outing in April, they started doing this new thing where they've trained one of them when, I think his name is James. James throws up the food and the raptor dives for it as if he was hunting. So that's really cool to see and fun to try to learn how to take pictures of. So it's a great opportunity to photograph birds, both in static locations or in flight, because they do a mixture of each. So some of my photos, this little guy, the screech owl, is always a hit. He's so tiny and adorable that you always want to put him in your coat and take him with you. So this is one of the static displays. He's posed in a tree the way that you would find him in the wild. And his colors work so well against the background of the tree. I really quite like this little guy. And then in April, there was this little guy.
Mhm.
At that point, 3-week-old great horned owlet. So again, this little guy was just a little fluff ball. We all wanted to take him home. When we did our group picture at the end of the outing, he was in our shot because we gathered around the tree that he'd been placed in. Again, he was one of the static ones, obviously too little to fly and be trained to fly, but I'm sure this little guy will be in shows before too much longer. Again, this is how you'd find him in the wild. So we had the opportunity to get really good pictures of him. The barn owl, always a perpetual hit. She was flying, but she sat in the window for a while between flights. And I thought the lighting on her basically, sort of half lighting where she was in profile and the front half of her face was lit, the back half wasn't, I thought made a very interesting photograph. As I said, she also did fly. Then the golden eagle. These birds are freaking huge. And I, was down fairly low and got what I thought was a really good shot of this guy landing. And so you see the claws and the bottom of his feet as he's coming in for a landing on that stump. So I thought they're such impressive birds. I thought he was gorgeous. And then my favorite for the whole outing, the bald eagle. So they always fly the bald eagle over the pond. And so a bunch of us were actually sitting on the grass at the edge of the water to shoot this guy as he came in to land. And I was really pleased with this shot because I've got the perfect reflection of him in the water. The only thing that could have made this shot better, I think, was if he was trailing his wingtips. But, you know, trailing the wingtips in the water. But unfortunately, you can't tell them what to do. They're not like a model that you can pose. But I was really pleased with this shot of the eagle. And apparently, they're now training a female bald eagle who is actually bigger than the males to fly like this. So I think that's going to be something to look forward to as well. So that's my presentation. Any questions?
I
That was
don't have any
amazing.
questions, but I just want to say you did a fabulous job of selling the Canadian Raptor Conservancy. Wonderful description. It is truly, truly a magnificent experience, which is why we're going back for year 2 in April. If you have an opportunity, as Penny said and showed so nicely, it is a great experience. So feel free to join us. And great job, Penny.
Thanks.
CRC owes you because I think you just made them some money.
Yeah, I see a question. What lens and camera did you use? I believe that I would have had my Canon 5D Mark IV, and I suspect that I was actually using my favorite lens, which is the 24-105 L lens. That's my sort of walking around lens. That one's on my camera more than any other. But I just got home from Scotland, and for Scotland, I borrowed from my father and decided that I'm going to buy from him and keep the 100-400. And he also has the 1.4 times extender for it as well. I knew in Scotland that I wanted to shoot birds and wildlife, and I was going to have to be doing that from distance on a boat, because the Farne Islands, the wildlife sanctuary and bird sanctuary that we went to, they weren't allowing people to land on the islands because of bird flu. So I knew we would be going around the islands and I wouldn't be able to get off the boat. So the pictures that I borrowed that lens specifically for that purpose and discovered that I like it. So I'm going to be buying it from my father, and maybe if I go this year, I'll bring the 100-400 and see what I can do with that.
There's also a question, Penny, about the processing.
What processing do I do? I do most of my processing in Lightroom. I'm still one of those people that sort of goes into Photoshop to do the more complicated stuff that I can't do in Lightroom the way I want to do it. So Lightroom, maybe a little bit of Photoshop. For those of you who don't have the Topaz Photo AI, that thing is freaking amazing. Mm-hmm. I do use that if I've got an image that isn't tack sharp. That generally fixes the problem like that.
Wow, thank you, Penny. I'm very pleased with all the presenters. I loved every single image. Thank you very much, all of you. Please So the last presentation is actually on the Ontario Council of Camera Clubs, and it's Alex Konyakov. So are you ready, Alex?
Yes, I am.
So let's take it away.
So I will share my screen. On this slide, you can see it.
Yes.
This the kind of poster on O3C website related to this 2023-24 Open Challenge competition. So, and here in this square, I just highlighted that the deadline for submission is by April 1st, 2024. But for our club members, you have to know that if you want to participate in this competition, you would need to submit your images to our club first, sometime in the middle of March. So we will prepare the package, and according to the rules or guidelines from O3C, we'll send this package to O3C. So I want to kind of remind about this Ontario Council of Camera Class, because we didn't have a competition and didn't have contacts with O3C for almost 3 years. And so O3C, it's umbrella for 34 clubs in Ontario, from smallest one with 20 members, which is Haliburton Highland Camera Club, which is located somewhere on the north. The largest camera club in this O3C is London Camera Club, which has 290 members. It's a huge club. And ECC Club has 107 members. So, and you can see on this geography, on this map, how these clubs are located. Most of them actually in Toronto, Mississauga. Yes, that's what the geography of these clubs. So why should you enter O3C competition? So what I can say is that the first, it's to make contribution to club success in club competition and to maintain and improve status of ECC in O3C. So next, I think it's to be thrilled of being accepted or even winning the awards in this competition. And of course, participating in a competition, you will sharpen your photography skills in another type of competition. So since 2021, there was no O3C competitions, and you may have plenty of images that you can submit in this 2024 O3C competition. So you have nothing to lose but win. So help is here, it's me, and my email address is shown on this slide. So before accepting this role of O3C rep, previous years we had very knowledgeable and I would say powerful O3C reps. It was Jocelyn Ubaldina, and a couple years ago it was June West. So, and actually, if they have questions regarding the competition, you can ask me, or you can talk with these persons as well. So, O3C competition has competition in 11 categories. And this slide I showed the categories of this competition. It's digital competition only, no print competition this year, and it includes 10 categories plus another one, 11th category, which is a theme category. This year it will be food and drink. So again, no print competition, monochrome images are acceptable for all categories. And by the way, these categories this year are the same as in 2021. And I remember June, she actually was working with our club, and she collected some images for this competition, but competition didn't happen, and we didn't submit any images. So maybe you already have some images ready for this competition. I put here the image size. This is important that according to the rule of competition, O3C accepts images with dimensions 1920 by 1080 pixels. It could be less, but they asked to be quite close to these numbers. On the right-hand side of this slide, I showed the ECC categories. So this year we have 7 competitions, which includes 1 print competition, and 6 other, including the theme team, which is music. So you already have to submit images for photographer choice 1. Photographer choice 2 is actually, it's a monochrome and nature landscape. This rule of competition for these categories slightly different to rule of competition in O3C competition. So the details about this, rules in different categories, I will talk a little bit about it, but you have to follow the rule of competition from official O3C website. So let's talk about awards. So first award I put here is acceptance. So accepted entries represent approximately top scoring 25-30% of entries in each category. And if you got acceptance, it's quite a big achievement because let's say if you have 34 clubs and we have let's say 100 members in each club, it's 34 hundreds of participants, probably less because not everyone participated. But anyway, if you get inside this 25-30%, it will be, I would say, a good achievement. So accepted entries will be included in a award night video. So it's again a good point that hundreds of photographers will see your work, your art, and it's quite a good thing. Now let's say talk about individual categories. So in each 11 categories, there will be a maximum of 3 top awards and quantity of honorable mention. Maker can only be awarded 1 top award in category. Let's say if a maker has a first and the second place in category, he can get only 1 award, not 2. First, second, and third place award winners will receive certificate and medal, and honorable mention comprises approximately 10-15% of accepted entries will get a certificate. So again, honorable mention, it's a next highest high award after acceptance, and it's a very narrow window to get in this 10-15% of accepted entries. Okay, speaking further about awards, so individual image scores are used to determine club awards. So your participation, your personal achievements will contribute to the club awards. In each category, to Friedman Trophy for the top scoring club. So, and this individual image scores will be used to determine diversity photographer of the year and specialist photographer of the year. So talking about diversity photographer of the year, so to be eligible for this award, entrant must submit at least one image in 11 digital categories, including at least one image in theme category, in theme topic. So minimum of the 10 entries is required in total for this. So again, you can submit 10 images, and one of these images should be theme topic. So, and the winner is the entrant scoring the highest total point count for their top scoring 10 submission. So if you submit 10 images, yeah, you get the score from these 10 images. If you submit more than 10 images, it will be taking only your high scored images to determine this total score. So one important thing is that each top scoring digital image must be from different category. Okay, another great award is Specialist Photographer of the Year. So recognizing that there are many outstanding photographers whose experience lies in a limited sphere of categories, these awards actually recognize photographers with the highest total score based on their top 6 scoring. So if you submit, let's say, for one category, 6 images, so the total score will be taken from these 6 scoring images in that category. If you submit 10 images to this category, the committee will select your 6 top scoring images. So, as I said, that maximum number of images you can submit for competition is 12. So if you, let's say, decided that you are good in a 2 kind of specialist categories, you can submit 6 images to one category and 6 images to another category, and you can win actually 2 specialist categories in the competition. Okay, so that's about total according to the these categories, that could be 11 specialists in this competition. And on this slide, I want to show how our club performed in this last competition, which was held in 2021. So the most prestigious club award is this Friedman Trophy, which is awarded to the top scoring club overall in competition. So this award is the summation of the highest score by 12 different makers in each club, regardless of category. So the judges or committee, competition committee, will select the highest score of 12 different makers in each club. You may have high scores in one category, less, high scores in another category, but it will be, it's supposed to be 12 different makers. It's a very important thing that how we determine the Friedman Trophy winning club. Okay, another club award is award which can get club in different categories. Again, you can individually get individual award in a category, and club can get this award based on the score of the 6 different makers on each club and each category. So this, and you can see that last year our club possess second place in this Friedman Club award. And you can see it's a very close score in the first and second place, and even less less gap with the third place between ECC and Joshua Elite Photography. So it's I believe it was probably best performance of our club if we take into account the category club winners. In 2021, our club won 3 club categories, awards in architecture, in creative vision, and in people competition. So it's I would say this is a very good achievement. And yes, so on this slide, I would like to show how our club and club members participated in the competition. So in 2021, they were submitted 429 images. With a club of 103 members, only 40 members submitted their images. It's less than 50%. So I encourage people to be involved in this competition. We need more participants, we need more club members, more images, more chances to get score for a club, and you know, kind of support our club in this competition. So that's you know, other years probably it's different numbers, but anyway, in all of this you can see not that high percentage of participation of members, less than 50%. So it's kind of the same as in our club, in our meeting today, we have less than 50% of you know, attendees. So we have to have kind of better participants in the competition, not only in O3C, but I think in our club competition as well. I don't know yet statistic about how many members participate in ECC in club competition in different categories, but probably it was to look into this. Okay, now let's talk about the submission standards. So this competition is open to members of O3C member clubs. So it's open for member clubs, but not for individual member submission. So you cannot submit on your own name any image for the competition, only within your club. Okay, and total number of allowable image for entrant is limited to 12 images. And these 12 images are constrained by maximum 12 entries can be submitted into any category. No entrant shall submit more than 12 images, regardless of number of club to which entrance belongs. So some members our club members are members from other clubs. So you cannot submit more than 12 images. If you do submit it, so this entrant will be disqualified from entering images for current competition year. So a maker is not required to enter multiple categories unless they are competing for diversity photography. So you don't need to be afraid that you must submit images to each category. You can select whatever you feel more confident category, or you can even submit images for specialist category, but there is no requirements to enter these multiple categories. Okay, entry fee for this submitting images is $2 per image, no discount, and the entry fees should be submitted to O3C treasurer by deadline date. So either using PayPal invoicing or e-transfer. And each entrant or member of club has to submit it by his own. But the images which they're preparing for submitting will be submitted by our club as a package. Okay, image qualification. Images.
Excuse me, can I just interject there? You do actually send the money to O3C, not direct, you don't send the money to O3C, you send it to our club. We collect the money and then we send it all together. I just thought that might confuse.
Okay, so we submit entries to ECC, right?
O3C. We submit the entries and our members submit everything to us. They send us the images and they also send us the money. And then
Okay,
we
so this statement in this slide in this rule of competition on O3C website is actually in general. So payments should be done through this PayPal invoicing or and to this. It could be
but not to Dave Peel. Like our members are submitting the money the way they do when they pay their membership fees.
Yeah, this is what I meant, that this club will use this e-transfer or whatever to the O3C club, not individual club member. Am I right?
Yeah, it's just I just want people to realize that you do not send your money to Dave Peel as the treasurer of O3C. You're going to be sending the money to our club, to Paul, who was our treasurer.
Yeah, okay, June, thank you for this clarification. It's very important. Money is money, so.
Right.
By the way, that was June West speaking.
Yeah, no, it's June. Okay, image qualification. Images submitted may not be the same as or substantially similar to another image submitted to the O3C competition current year or previous year categories, either in digital or print. So nothing should be repeated in the submission of these images. So this actually includes images submitted under O3C previous name, GTCC, and images that were previously disqualified for any reason are not accepted as well. So now about rule of competition. So rule number one, read rules of competition. Rule number two, read rule number one. This is very important. You have to, because we have these 11 categories. Each category has description, and you have to read and carefully, check how to prepare this image for this category. Okay, but some general requirements I put in this slide. So some competition categories allow digital manipulation, some do not. So full details about digital manipulation can be found in the category description. So it is recommended that maker read description and obtain clear understanding how much, if any, digital manipulation is allowed for each category. Another important thing is we didn't have this kind of in the previous competition, the use of AI, artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence assisted enhancement tool, which is available for makers in many softwares application used for post-processing images. So as an example, it could be sky replacement, sharpening, object selection, object removal, auto correction, and others. And these types of AI enhancement used for productivity in post-processing are acceptable to use on the original images competition if the majority of image still evident to the original raw file. So if judges they have doubts about how much of this or what was used for the replacement, sky replacement, or whatever was done. So all these replacements imaginary must be maker's own work, but not part of the supplied programs like stock replacement images. So be careful if you use this AI intelligence in your images post-processing. So 100% AI generated images from text to image generative process is not allowed in any cases. So if competition committee will have the questions about the image appropriate use of AI, so the committee will give member opportunity to submit their RAW or JPEG files that will be used to produce the submitted image. Or if not, they will disqualify from this competition. So latest version of the rule of competition can be found on the O3C website, which is in here. It's easy to find, and I probably can try to show. If you wish on a website, you type here O3C, and you get this page, main page of a website. You can see this open challenge stuff. And here below, you can see current rules and regulations. You click on this, stuff here, and you will get access to PDF of this competition. So you click download, and you go to the place where this download happened, and you open the this file, and you will see all these rules of competition. You can see that this is a version 23.1, which is done in August 2nd, 2023. So again, it's kind of things that I already mentioned. And you can see here is, I didn't mention about naming and titling. Probably, if I have time, we can talk a little bit, but it's clear that the titles for these categories like architecture, pictorial, people, creative vision, expressing view, people in action, and print entries can be named as it's used to maker. But in nature categories, birds, animal, botany, and landscape geology, the names should be common or scientific names. It's very important to follow this requirement. So image identification, this we will do when you submit, and we will ask you to actually use this image identification to name your image based on this code which is described in the, this rules of competition. About the image size, we already talked, and a little bit about the keyline border. So it can be done in any categories, but the decorative borders is only kind of or artistic borders are acceptable only in this pictorial category. And that's probably it. So you can see here, each category here has this full description of or requirements for each category. So you have to read carefully all this. If you have question, you can ask me and you can ask June about this help. All these, requirements are here. You can easily find it and follow these requirements. It's kind of long time to the April, but time is flying very fast. So I think you have to think about this competition and preparing or collect images that you would like to present for this O3C competition. Okay, if any questions, I would like, I will be happy to answer.
It's Penny Rintoul here. Alex, do we know for sure this competition is going ahead this year?
Yes, it was confirmed.
Because the year that it was canceled, I'd done a lot of work and in fact submitted my images, and then the competition was canceled.
You can use these images that you prepared for previous year in this competition. So categories are the same.
Right.
Only this theme competition is different. And what we had the O3C meeting, and they confirmed that this competition will happen.
Okay.
Right, and even they think about this award night, probably it could be done in person as well. But anyway, they kind of were really careful. They did not include the print competition this year, so only digital.
Yeah, and Penny, I think that there is going to be a banquet. It would be an in-person meeting this time, but your guess is as good as mine. I inquired last year, and I was told that it was going to happen.
And of course it didn't.
Yeah, I know. So, but I really think that it's going to go ahead this year. So.
Yeah, okay, I stop sharing, but anyway, we can talk a little bit more. I think more questions will happen when you start working on your images and
exactly
on categories. But I really encourage you to participate in this competition. Again, it's kind of personal kind of awards, club awards. And definitely you will sharpen your photographic skills and you expand your kind of, picture of the people who participate in these images. And you'll see hundreds of those, one of the best images in this video night during the budget. Yes, John?
Yeah, I was just going to say that if you want to get an idea of the sort of images that are entered in the competitions, you can go to the O3C website and see the video that was prepared of all these submitted images and winning.
Yes, I can show it in this
one. And that's really quite inspiring to see those. I hope it just doesn't intimidate people. But just bear in mind that, if you're not sure what kinds of things you can put in, that's sometimes helpful.
Thank you. I think we have to move on to our next.
That's right. Okay.
Sorry. But what we have next is it's the draw, and I think it's George. Are you taking care of this, George?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh. Yes. Okay. You're in charge now, George.
Okay. If you've been reading your email through the summer, you'll know that we had a member referral competition to try and get all of us working to bring in new members. And the prize is a free membership draw, which we're having tonight for the winner. We have 7 nominees, and we're basing this on new members who advised that a friend or someone in the club had recommended them for membership. And we'd like to thank all of those who acted as ambassadors to the club to encourage new members to join. The competitors are Irene Barton, Dave Hansen, Tammy Couture, June West, Barb Marzalik, Penny Rintoul, and John Fraser. All of them, thank you for bringing in new members. And I have the winning ballot here that I'll hold up to the screen.
Oh, Penny.
And the winner is Penny Rintoul, who will receive a free membership for the year.
Oh,
Thanks,
isn't that nice?
everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Who participated. Over to you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, George. And I think I'm going to give it back to Ralph for finishing.
Well, I think that's a wrap. And our timing's quite good. It's 8:58. I just want to say we encourage everyone to continue to bring in new members. Leanne brought Mark in and introduced Mark to the club, and tonight's his first night. And he's actually direct messaged me about tonight's competition that's due today for PC1. So I've been corresponding with him to give him a hand. But please, if you know anyone who could possibly become a member, invite them. We'd love to have as many members as we possibly can. The more members we have, the more resources we have to make our club fun for everyone and rewarding for everyone. So thank you very much. And that's a wrap, I think, Carmina.
That's a wrap. And
Okay.
thank you, all the presenters.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.